Potomac Curling Club in Laurel, Maryland. Today we are in the 10th draw. This is a matchup between Columbus and Potomac 1 on sheet B. Let's introduce you to the teams as they're throwing their first end. For Columbus, who will be throwing the Redstones, we have Tom Stouffer as lead, John Jackson as second, Eric Johnson as vice, and John Bash as skip. Eric Johnson will be mic'd up for today, so we will be able to hear some of the calls sweeping and some of the critical calls for the skips rocks in the end. For Potomac 1, we have Charlie Brown throwing lead, Brian DeRogers throwing second, Brian Sandberg as vice, Nick Smith as the skip. Nick Smith is mic'd up as our skip for Potomac. And they also have an alternate, Tom Stabling, but he is not competing today. We join action here. As you can see, Columbus throwing their first stone, or throwing their stone. Columbus did manage to get hammer and will be throwing the red stones. Potomac will be throwing the yellow stones today. Action out of the sheets that we'll try and cut to as soon as we can. We've got Mount Skull Crusher and Napanee on sheet A. On sheet C, we have Pittsburgh 3 and New Pond. And on sheet D, we have Nutmeg versus the Curling Club of Virginia 1. Give me a second to get caught up here with our rock tracker in the first end. Looks like we are on the fifth stone. Columbus throwing their first vice rock.
Just over. Yeah, bump. Try it again. Yeah, one of the two. Hard. Dan, if you fall, push it to the middle this time.
Sorry for the delays. There a little interruption in the webcasting booth. Let me catch us up here. Looks like we are on the final stone for Columbus. There's going to be some flashing across the bottom, possibly. How's it going, Texas Curler? And let me get you the house cam so we can see what we're looking at here. Wrong house. Okay, so looks like we've got Columbus sitting 1. This is their shot coming up. This is the second to last stone. My apologies for the first stone for the skips as it comes down. Ticks in, and it isn't going to stick around. Nick Smith probably looking at some sort of takeout here. That Columbus stone. Catch us up on the rock tracker as well. This is Nick Smith's last stone. They nose it. Looks like they're sitting 1 and probably 2 and 3. Hard to tell from this angle, but Columbus does have hammer. You can see in the shot call here. Skip is in the hack. This is the last shot for Columbus. This is hammer coming up for the first end. Looks like it's going to come through the port. Is it going to hang around? They're going to try and drag this out. And they succeed at dragging it out. So it looks like Potomac 1's probably going to get 3. Hard to tell with the camera angle. I will provisionally call it 3 until we see otherwise. Score after 1, Potomac 1, Columbus 0 with the hammer.
ahead. No, keep going. Keep going.
First shot for Potomac is underway here. For those interested, this is a B event match, the Kwanzaa Cherry event. Both of these teams by this point are 1-1. Columbus got here by winning their first game and losing the second. Potomac got here by the opposite, losing their first game and winning the second. First stone for Columbus on underway. Let me get your scoring updates if I can. Might take me a second to figure out which team's which. So I'll get your scoring updates at the end of the next end. Columbus throwing their second stone. I think I've got all the other teams figured out, so let me get you scoring updates now. On sheet A, we've got Mount Skull Crusher, came out with a 1-0 lead over Long Island. On sheet C, we've got Pittsburgh 3 with a 2-0 lead over New Pond. And on sheet D, we've got Nutmeg with a 2-0 lead over Curling Club of Virginia. Coming back onto our ice here. We have Potomac 1. Brian throwing. First, second stone away. First of the second stone. And that's going to flash to the house. We'd like to welcome all 29 people watching our webcast this afternoon. Thank you very much for attending. We hope you enjoy rooting for your favorite teams. We'll be showing all the action through all the draws for the remaining for the rest of the day. So you can find out your favorite teams from our website and follow their games here. Once the matchup on sheet B is over, we will most certainly go for bonus coverage on one of our alternate sheets, depending on what games are still available. Back in our sheet, Columbus is second. This one's looking like it's going to hog, and they call it up and let it die. This is the second match of the day on this sheet, so the ice should be primed and warm to go. Brian, likely with a draw or possibly a guard here. Brian was about to throw the wrong colored stone. As embarrassing as that is, I'm sure we've all done it in the past. He's getting himself back ready in the hack. And he's away. Now, as I say, we do have Nick Smith mic'd up for Potomac, and we've got the Vice for Columbus mic'd up. Let's go ahead and turn on those mics now and see what they have to say.
Down.
Sweep. Yeah, hard. All the way hard, guys. All the way. All the way. Hard as you can now. Go hard. Okay. Hard, 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 hard. Up. Little roll, Eric. Little roll,
Looking
Eric.
for maybe a hit and roll. They get the hit and the roll here. It's not completely covered, but close enough. I'd probably say, from my viewpoint here, about 25% of it is all that's showing. Nick Smith's calling for the hit and roll on the other side. Shots away here.
Sweep.
Got a curl. Got a curl.
All the way, guys. Come on. Hard.
All the way, hard.
Just over.
You are
Just
crouching
over.
the hack.
Just over.
And he flashes. That's a very painful miss for Potomac.
I'd say wait to crouch until you at least see what the shot is. That way you can line up, square up.
Back line, wait.
We've got the Vice skip. We've got mic'd up for Columbus ready to go.
50, 55 here. Thinking.
Nice delivery. They're sweeping on it. And they're up watching it, walking with it. Oh, it's curling a lot. Looks like it's short. Skip wants a biter, so they're dragging it. You can see it just barely come into half of the frame on the bottom there. So Potomac looking at Columbus sitting 2.
Back weight.
Johnny.
Looking to try and take this out. Like I say, from my viewpoint, again, my angles may not be the best, but my viewpoint, there's only about a quarter of it showing. See if they're able to pull this off. It's Brian Sandberg, the Vice. Skip Nick Smith doesn't like the line.
Up.
What's that?
Looking okay.
Oh, yeah. No,
Barely gets a little tick on it.
no, so I did
Pushes
get a
it to
little
the
bit of that,
4-foot. Does make it exposed. The Yellow Rock will hang around in the back of the 12-foot, but Columbus still sitting 1 and 2.
Any of us? All of it?
All right.
Down
Hey, John, you don't want to guard that?
Hanging off the hip.
You want to guard that? All right. All right.
You can see the Vice from the hack. Wondering if you wanted to guard it, but nope.
Tom threw a 40. This is that one that you threw, though.
I
So.
like how you're. You threw good. I just. No, you threw a good heavy weight and it. More weight. Yeah, it just went. It went a mile, and that last one didn't go very far. So I thought it was going to come like everything. You know? It didn't go far. Yeah, why not?
Skip wanting to finish it strong here. They're going to drag it into the house. 12, 8, and
That's
full
sweeping, guys.
4-foot.
Good job.
Just freeze on it. Yeah.
Nice sweeping there.
No, I'd rather actually do the actual freeze. So I get more.
Slam broom on that first one? I thought it was.
Actually, all we have to.
Slam broom on that first one? I thought it was. All right. Oh, yeah. Sweepers? You know that. Sweepers?
Freeze.
Okay, you can hear Nick Smith calling for a freeze.
Oh, we're in this, man. Let's look that first one up.
Ice it's quicker now?
They're going to be doing a raffle here in the warm room, so I'm going to cut my mic off. So please forgive the silence.
Oh, yeah.
We'll leave the skips mics
yeah.
on for your pleasure, though.
That's the last time I take hammer. He pitched away wide.
Now get up, get swing.
Come back like that.
Swing.
Gonna wait for that to drop.
No, that's good. That's good.
Gonna get wait though.
Sweep, freeze to it. Okay, that's okay. You just curl a little bit more.
You come in and sit on it, or you can come in and guard that line.
All right, that's not the end of the world.
Actually, you don't want to
Well,
sit on it. You don't
I
want to
get
sit on it. You want to.
I guess look at throw 2 more.
You sure you can set up the double?
I feel a little better.
You can set up the double that way? Either
I
one.
almost had it. I curl just a hair more. I knew it was going to be close.
It's possible.
I mean, we got to take this line away.
You gotta take it away, yeah.
Can't give him that.
Yeah, right.
I think it was the right weight because when it hit, it just sat there. So
All right.
it's okay. Maybe it was a hair head.
So you can't go by where he had the room because he pitched it out. Right there? Okay, you got it. Where are you going with that, John? Where's it going? Where's it going?
It happens. Oh, get that one over there.
I like the guard.
Oh, yeah. Came
Oh,
really
yeah.
close to that top guard, too.
Looks like they haven't done that raffle I was talking about yet, so I'll come back on the mics. But when they do, I'll go ahead and shut the mics back off. You can hear him talking about the guard here.
Needs to move, guys. Needs to move. A lot.
First rock for Columbus to skip. You can hear the vice in the
Get
house
ready.
saying it
Get
needs to
ready.
move.
No, never.
It looks like it.
Looks like it's going to be on there, our guard already.
Still the
Barely
same thing.
ticks it.
You pitched that way out.
Doesn't really accomplish much on that shot.
Way out. John, you were that far out. Absolutely that far out.
Same shot.
Nick Smith calling the same shot he had last time, one of the hardest shots to do in
Swing it
curling.
again.
Second
This time,
chances
that
are a
other guard's
charm.
a little bit out of the way now, so.
I mean,
should
you
be
played a
able
little
to-
wider and it didn't come back too, but you were significantly out there. I thought maybe you wobbled out of the hack. Because I've only saw one other one you've done that on.
Looks like they're going to try and come in and freeze to, based on the handle, freeze to the stone on the back forefoot. Nick Smith is away with his final stone of this, the first end.
Come back.
Sorry, this is the second end.
You get the wick, get the wick.
More coffee. Looking to get the wick off. He does get a wick. Sweepers are trying to draw in from there, but to no avail.
Another hanging.
So Columbus sitting 1 and 2, looking to make it 3 with their hammer
Was that
shot.
wide a little or not?
I mean, your only risk is you throw so hard you get here and
I felt like I was a hair outside, but I wasn't sure.
yeah.
It was a little heavy, so. All right.
Then we sit one. Let's go get our 3. Unless John, unless you want to come here for a ride.
Should be a tie game now.
So as you can hear him talking, looking to just simply draw for 3 here.
Line's all there, guys. Needs to move.
Potomac skip thinks he's got it. The vice for Columbus thinks it needs to move. This is your hammer for this end.
Yeah, guys, never. It's stopping. It's
It's got to
stopping.
be in the forefoot. They're going to try and drag it out.
2.
And they do make the yellow out count it. So, as you heard the call, Columbus will take to that end. They missed the draw. So after 2, Potomac 3, Columbus 2. Potomac with a hammer going into the third end. Let's try and get you scoring updates as they happen. Looks like
Oh, thank you.
sheets C and D are unchanged. On sheet D, they are still in the second end,
All right,
so
sounds
it's
good.
2-0 for Nutmeg. On sheet C, they're also in the second end, so it's 2-0 for Pittsburgh 3. On sheet
Triggered.
A, they are in the third end, but they did not hang the second end score, so the only score I can give you is Mount Skull Crusher over
I
Long
think we're a little
Island,
light.
1-0.
Yeah. All the way. We got one, 2, maybe.
Maybe one hog.
You hear him call one hog. I think it's going to be a hog. And they accept the hog.
Corner guard.
You can hear Nick Smith call for a corner guard here with his hammer.
Let's wait. Back here. I think it's through.
Sweepers think it's through.
Through?
All right.
Let's start.
And sweepers are correct about that. So a hog and a through leaves a clean house for the second shots.
You're good, Tom. I'm ready. That's 2.
Sweepers think it's going to be a mid guard.
Nope.
Ends up being a 3, maybe a 4.
Oh, he came busting out of that. Well, watch. He came flying over there like that.
You see if I can get the house cam up for you.
It's a little
Nope,
light
it
for
is
3,
still a
it's
guard,
okay.
but a
3
very
and
deep 3
7.
guard.
I mean, because you picked up on how he came out of the hat. I played with him a bit more, so, and I mean, you've seen it before, but you almost have to just close your eyes and then look back up and look
So
at
wait,
the stone and
guys.
forget about how he came out of the hack.
4? Okay, 4 is good.
You can hear him call a 4.
Yeah, go ahead,
That
sweep
means
it.
they
It's
think
not
it's
gonna
going
go
to
a 4, I
be
don't
barely
think.
in the house.
You sleep harder, Will.
12 foot.
Because John,
3 is perfectly fine. I'd like a 4
that
better.
was a 31,
It's going to be a 2.5.
but 31 should have put him through the house.
All right, take a note of the grindy ice over there.
And a 2.5 is about what they get.
Still Charlie back
It's
2.
going to be a mid to high or mid to low guard there. You can hear him call out numbers. What they
We know
do,
our
for those of
skip.
you who don't know, they try and divide the sheet of ice that you're looking at here into 10 different sections, ranging from 1, the closest to your screen, all the way to 10, which is the back part of the 12-foot blue ring. So the sweepers are trying to relay that information to
There
the
it is.
skip to tell them where they think the stone's going to end up, so the skip can modify their calls about sweeping or not from there. Likely
I think we need a
draw
little.
behind
We
here.
need some. Buddy, losing handle. We got it back.
And this is going to be another
Lost handle, but
hog
he was also
for Columbus.
But I'm not. All right. Hey, John, check the bottom of that.
Take out, roll over. Normal takeout's
That's why
fine,
you might
okay?
have picked something up and slowed it down, so they're going to clean it on the other end.
No.
Nick Smith with the call for Potomac.
Make the adjustment here. All good.
Okay, sweep it in, sweep it in.
Looks like it's going to tick the guard. And he tries to push it out, doesn't quite get it all the way. It is now in the house, but on the back of the 12-foot, only about half of it in. Columbus is going to try and take advantage of that, put a biting guard up there.
T, John? T? Okay, thank you.
Normal takeout.
It's a much better looking shot. About a 2.
A 2 would indicate that it's going to be a middle guard.
Let's go. Sweep.
John, I'm hearing all kinds of
That's
different
what
calls.
they're going to get. They're going to try and drag it a little farther, but they're not going to get anything in the house out of this. So they'll take their 2 down the middle.
But it wasn't you. That's why I heard let it curl. That must not have been him.
Draw behind, okay?
See Nick Smith calling the draw behind to the button here.
So I think it's fine. I think it's fine unless he wanted it there for a tap up.
Brian throwing his second stone as the second for Potomac.
It's gonna clip it.
It needs to curl, and it's
Okay,
not
sweep the
going
second one.
to.
Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep the other one in.
So they're going to try and
Should I
drag
keep
it
earlier?
in,
My bad.
but as you can see on the house cam, it's still quite shy.
Yeah, T.
Columbus is going to try that same shot.
About a 45, I'm thinking. I already don't remember. All right, guys, needs it all the way. Needs it all the way. All right, guys.
Hard, guys. Come on. Three.
Yeah, wait.
You can see it ticks the
Maybe
guard.
maybe a tad light.
Kind of creates
but,
2 guards there.
Bring one in,
Nick
okay?
Smith still wanting to
Yeah.
draw around. He's just going to have to come the other way, but that's not a problem for
Too long
Long
way,
heavier,
exactly.
hanging out there
If
longer.
it over curls, I'll bring this in.
You can say if it's narrow or if it over curls, he'll try and promote his other guard in. We'll see what Brian Sanders is able to do here.
A little wide.
Sandberg.
Okay, don't touch it then. No! No! Yes, yes, now go, go, go.
You hear the alternating calls.
Split them out a little bit.
Looks like they're going to get a
Okay,
tick,
fine.
try and split. Neither goes in the house, but still plenty of opportunities for promotes.
That way? All right.
That's fine. Go through.
Yep.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to try and shoot the port here and come in.
He wants it to be through the port.
As you can hear the vice say. Looks like they were just cleaning, and now they're completely off. Alternating calls from the skip. It's going to take their guard. They're not going to make the port. It was going to be light anyway. If they swept it, it would have been more on the guard. So a world full of guards with one Columbus Rock in the back.
Back 8.
My 5 stone would be a bit more of a cutter. Either that or my 6 stone runs good.
Good shot last time.
Sounds like Nick Smith's tired of trying to draw around. He's going to go for a promote here.
I threw a little heavier.
Sweep!
I
Sweep!
came up a little light on that first one.
Okay.
If I'd have
Up,
done-
up, up. Sweep, 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 sweep.
Again, alternating calls from Nick Smith this time.
Up.
Go, Johnny. Go, Johnny. Come on.
They get a bump, but Columbus is able to pull that through the house.
I don't mind taking that away. Just taking it out. Yeah, because sooner or later you run the risk of them. Yeah, sooner or later you run the risk of them doing that. You go normal? All right, so we
You
get
can hear
more,
Columbus talking.
see which way we get more curled that way. Okay, got it.
They're scared of leaving this open for Potomac. They've tried
so leave
twice
it out.
and missed, but they think sooner or later they'll be able to hit it. So
I thought, yeah.
you could have guarded it, but they're going to go for a takeout, try and double both of those out. They may spill on their back rock if they go for the takeout, but that'll ensure that this run back is not available for Potomac.
If they were if they were really sweeping hard, maybe, but I had to know it like way down. Because otherwise, I was like, oh, it's out there. if I thought it had as much weight, it didn't. Taking us out. Yes.
You ready, guys?
First of the skip stones.
Yeah, hard now. Hard now. Hard now all the way. Hard all the way. Come on. Yeah, come on. Nice shot.
Noses one, doesn't get the double.
Nice sweeping,
But
guys.
it does
Great
make
sweeping.
it nearly impossible for the promote. Might be possible if they run into the Columbus Stones up high.
The exact right time, just when it started to go.
Or they're looking to come in through the port.
You think it's gonna curl that much?
We're cleaning it up.
Go take a look. You mean just bounce ours in there?
Do it more offside.
I tell you what, you can do it. We can hug it there and then just let it curl. Just let it tap that one off, I guess.
They do.
I think that's the easiest thing to do. It's either that. You know what? Let's go with your idea of tap tap. Because if it wicks here, it'll still work, right? So I think T-line weight, maybe there-ish, yeah.
You said tap tap, and that's not. I don't think it's going to be ice for the run back of the top one. Are they thinking about maybe running back
There's
the
just enough space
red
there.
into the
We're gonna
yellow,
try
the
to bump
far
ours
left
in,
red?
and if it doesn't work, we can have the wick and it'll work anyways. So
Now it looks like they're just going to go for a direct shot here. Maybe go through that port.
it's quite a wall if you look from this direction, right?
It's quite a while if you look from this direction too, Mr. Smith.
Okay, the last 2 shots I threw, I think were the right weights. We'll see if I can do it.
Yeah, come on.
Sweep, guys, sweep, sweep, sweep.
Nick Smith with
Okay,
his
up.
first skip stone.
No, keep sweeping, keep sweeping. You get it up there?
Columbus is ready to sweep whatever stones they get hit. Columbus tries to sweep it farther in. They get a full 8 out of that.
And like wick it, do it
Got
double wick.
that. Oh, more
It
open.
was a little heavy, so.
Just come in and tap it back.
Sorry, guys.
Just run that out.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his play?
Excuse
That's his
me.
play. Either that or you guard it.
Well, at least they don't have 3 in there.
Whatever you like. You crash it and open it up more. Gotcha. Your call. All right.
Morning games are always a
So
challenge.
we're looking for about a 2. You
You
know,
can hear Nick Smith talking about morning
I threw
games
2
always
stones
being a
about the
challenge,
same,
but
they
I
did
will
different
say
things,
last
so-
night They were some A
Yeah,
event
well,
games
yeah,
in the
until it
late
kinda
draw. They had
gets
to
about
play
halfway
the
down.
early 8 a.m. draw today as well as their prize for winning. So they must be dead tired. Regrettably, I missed the shot call here, so we're going to have to see firsthand. I'll be watching with you to see what the Columbus skip's able to do with his last
Go
stone.
on the other side. Hope I come down to 1.
Sitting 2, but without a hammer.
Either that, or I try that high guard run back. Maybe score 1.
Wait only, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Needs to work a little. Needs to cross that center line. Yeah, now finish it, now finish it, now finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it! Yes! All right, that's good. Thank you, guys. Nice sweeping.
Good
Ends
shot,
up
guys.
being more of a guard for him. Prevents the run back for Potomac there.
No. Oh, no, I got you. But,
It
where
is.
that was going to end up, I mean, that.
Trying to listen in on Nick Smith.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't this fairly safe? Hit.
Nick Smith trying to find a way to avoid.
Only
getting
problem is
stolen
I can
for
push
2
this
here.
in for 3, so maybe I shouldn't try that. I like this shot because it's low risk. It's either that or I draw over here to cut him down to 1. Why don't we come out the outside? We have, if it overcurls, we have a second option. So this is why it's a good shot.
I was good in the hood.
Maybe a little more
I
ice.
was good in the hood. I was just a couple
And
of
it's
shaky
fine.
ends.
And if it,
you know.
so I'm going to throw it a little bit lighter.
what,
I'm not going to throw it heavy. I'm going to throw it back
last
like this, back line. I want it to sit in there. I don't want it to knock this out. It works. Okay.
You know what it is? Your collar's trying to feel good.
So you can hear the call there. Nick Smith looking to bump that far right
I
yellow
could draw
stone.
to the other side, but
Try and get that to be an out counter. Or if it bumps the redstone, you don't really want that, but wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing either. Just trying to out count and minimize the damage here.
I guess you could.
But the reason I like this is because we have 2 options. If it overcurls, you got the second stone. And if I throw on the other side, I can knock the third one out.
Or you can get back. That's going
This
to
would be like a
expect out of the rest of the
back line / hack. Right?
Nick Smith, last stone this end. This is their hammer for Potomac.
pitch it. I'm not sure it's going to come back. I don't know, man. Here it comes.
It's no sweeping. It's coming out wide.
All right, you ready?
And it looks like it lines out. You can hear Nick Smith call 2 red for them. Red steals 2. Score 3-4. Columbus, or score 3-3. Columbus 4. Potomac 1-3. Scoring updates on other
Yeah,
sheets
because I
while
thought
we're
I could
working on
knock
it.
in the other one on the other side,
Sheet
I
A,
think that
Mount
one-
Skull
you had the
Crusher
dot.
has a 3-1 lead over Long Island.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
have the
cool.
dot. That's what
I'm
it
good
is.
with that.
Sheet C, we have Pittsburgh
I had no idea
3
what
with
the
a
fuck
3-1 lead over New Pond. Sheet D,
I don't
we have Nutmeg
Too high a
with
chance of
a 3-0 lead over Curling Club of Virginia 1.
Is the center guard, Johnny?
Looking for a center guard here.
Yes! Hard, guys!
We're in.
Keep bringing it. Whoa.
That's going to sail into the house. Looks like full 12.
Corner guard. It's called wait. Let's jump it. I know, because the weight was good. Weight was good.
What's the weight? 4, 3. Sweep it to a 4 then.
I don't know why he had
Nick
it.
wants it.
stop.
They're saying it could be a guard, it could be in the house. Nick wants it just barely in the house.
Wait, that exact shot.
Okay, sweep ours over to the side if you don't mind. Sweep it over to the side.
It's going to hit.
Okay, that's all right.
Promote the red to half forefoot, and the yellow takes the, that would be the 4 that they were talking about, that 12-foot shot there.
I like it.
Columbus looking to guard it up, guard their 4-foot stone up.
I need at least bump her up, Al.
Two,
2 would be a middle guard.
maybe 3.
3 would be a deep guard. Looking pretty good. Might overcurl a little bit. It'll serve as a great guard.
Roll over here. Hit.
That was
Roll
the same,
over.
that was the same weight he threw.
He wants to hit and roll to the outside of the guards. Looks like Charlie Brown maybe pushed that one at the end. Usually when you push a rock, it leads to
Other way, guys.
unpredictable
Come on,
results.
hard.
You don't know what the line's going to do.
Note your position.
Looks like he might still get it. No, he's going to take the guard.
At least I have. Here,
Yep. That stayed.
when I played,
Surprise.
maybe here, 2 years ago. Line up,
Wants to
Johnny.
take
There you
out
go.
this Potomac stone here to sit 2 with no,
No,
other
I got
stones
you.
in the
No,
house.
I got you. Normal. Inside. Hard to line.
Definitely take out weight. I think they're going to get it here. It's going to be a hit and
No,
stick.
you know what? That's. Oh, unless you wanted to roll. I got you.
So Columbus sitting 2. Nick Smith wanting the shot rock to go away.
Take out. Roll over.
He had us jumping too much and it just held.
Again, it's funny. He wants to do a hit and roll, but he's rolling to the outside.
Yeah, we wanted to swap a little.
All day we've seen a lot of people want to roll to the inside behind those guards. Interesting strategy. We'll see how if it pays off.
You're
for him.
inside. I don't know.
Sweep hard!
You've made an adjustment.
Nick calls
here.
him on
You made an
from the
adjustment.
get-go.
All the way, guys. All the ways. All the way. All the way. Okay, up, up, up. Up.
He gets the hit, and it ends up being a peel.
Good shot, Brian.
Columbus probably going to go ahead and draw behind. Nope, they want to bite her on the other side.
Let's clear this up, Danny. Give me something here.
Did about a 40, Tom? Tom, whatever. Oh, that's a good looking weight. I like it a lot. Yep, a little bit.
You can see the vice for Columbus loves the shot.
4-5. We got weight, John. We got weight. We
Oh,
need line.
Skip's coming out to
Yeah, let's
help.
wait.
And that would be the
Great shot
5
last
that
time,
they were
Brian.
talking about on the
Hit,
top of
roll
the 8-foot.
behind.
You can see the shot from the aerial view there. Nick Smith wants to do the hit and roll behind like I was talking about before.
We could let.
This was last stone from John Jackson. This stone underway is Brian DeRochers.
John, I think we could have been off of that.
Or
Well,
DeRoche.
the thing is, we could have stayed off of it. It would have ended up where he wanted it. I think we could throw it. Well, no.
And that's going to flash to the
He was
house.
screaming at us. We would have got. I thought you threw. That's a good weight.
You can hear the vice wondering. He's thinking if he didn't sweep it, it might have ended up being exactly where the skip wanted it. Maybe the skip changed his mind at mid-play, though. Went be.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I got you. I was going to say, pro side distance is high, so I'm laying this into your hands. Just freeze down.
Eric Johnson, first vice rock for this.
We need a little bit, guys. I don't know.
Whoa, up, 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 up. Off, guys. Off, off. Off, off, off. Yeah, go, go, go.
Looks like they're getting a nice guard out of this. Actually, Skip calls him on to try and finish it. Looking for a double takeout here. Columbus sitting 1, 2, and 3.
Normal takeout as you do.
There's too much room. Your weight is there. I thought it was maybe a little light, but the weight was really there, wasn't it? How's Ian's doing over there?
Looks like they only get the single. The yellow is going to stick around. Looks like that's going to outcount the Reds' formerly second shot.
Maybe either that or the takeout. I don't mind the takeout. 2, all right.
Columbus liking their position here.
60.
Just going to guard theirs up. I might try and split the house. The guard would help too, because Potomac does have hammer, but I probably want to guard farther out to the left.
Yeah, get it over, guys. Get it over, guys.
They're afraid they need it for weight. They're sweeping
Needs weight.
hard.
Needs weight.
Yes, sweep. Just over, just over, just over.
Just over. They're looking for also what's called an over and up. Once they think it's going to be over the hog line, they'll stop sweeping it. Now they want to finish it up.
Nice sweeping, guys.
And that'll serve as a perfect little guard for Red setup there.
Nice work.
I don't know. I think Nick might be able to come around to the right, maybe get a double run back here. All he's calling is a take on the top stone.
I thought it
Maybe
was a little
he's
light, which is why I
envisioning
said them
the
also. They-
double. We'll
they
see.
thought it was light. I thought it was a little light. No, no, no. I know.
They tick the first stone. Manages to get that one out of play. Yellow spills out to the right.
Get them out of
Takes
there.
out what was formerly Yellow's
Under
second,
cover.
but ends up replacing itself. So pretty much just removing the top stone on that one. Columbus still sitting 1, Potomac sitting 2.
I don't know. Maybe. Good draw. Yeah, Rich gonna have to draw.
Shots.
Or
Those were
is
good.
your other
Your last two didn't curl very much, but the first two did.
Your other option would be here.
No.
Oh, not that one.
Huh?
Oh, I know.
No. No, they didn't
You're
curl
okay,
as
sounds
much
good.
as I thought they would. I mean, if
From
it
this
curls a
side?
little bit more in either one, you got a double. So. Yep. I didn't want to call too tight of ISO because I don't want to like.
Looks like they're thinking about just drawing
The
in.
spot over there, it doesn't seem to come back as much, but okay, I like it.
All right. See what they do here. Normally I have to take out. It's basically wind up just right, just to the left side of mine. You can see the line is like outside of the hack just a little bit. So I can do a control, but. See what he does.
That way?
It's far enough over, I might try to just peel the dart.
Line's all there, guys. Wait only. Just over. Just over. Let it work. Oh, no deep, no deep. Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it.
Here, no deep.
All right. Nice shot, John.
Looking for a guard. Kind of hard to see where the camera is. There you go. Gonna guard up that, thoroughly guard both sides of that
Sorry about a tenth of it.
red shot rock.
I'm gonna throw it back line. What do you think about that? It's pretty safe.
Well, you got to commit to that
I'll try to
earlier,
get
though.
two.
That's the thing. I mean, we might as well.
I think this is always here. So if I nib any part of this, it works. You know what I mean?
Karen, on the results
think
page,
back
it's
line-
not
back
automatic.
line's
We
gonna
only
go
have
more.
manual updating. Last update I know of was last night
Back line's
after
gonna come pretty
the
slow.
They were
Not
late draws.
Not
I
hacked,
don't think
not-
they've updated the A's, but I could get you the results from today's B event. I think they were.
Yeah, that's true.
draws.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, they were in fact A event draws. Your final four for the A event, Cherry Poppin' Daddies is going to be going against
Goes out, goes out.
Schenectady, and Stefski's are going to be going against Potomac 2. We have, this is a B event matchup, I believe, here.
Brian, let's draw. Let's draw. Move it over.
So you can hear Nick Smith looking to draw in.
Yeah, they're just on the edge of top four.
Well, we'll crank it as fast as we can. We started late too, didn't we? Okay. I didn't look.
No problem, Karen.
I rolled in the doors probably at 10.
If there are any other results, I can try and look those up for you. I think I've got them all here. Maybe missing one or two in the webcasting booth.
Yes, leave it, guys. Hard, hard, hard.
Nick Smith's shot is away. They're sweeping it hard. They wanted to draw in. It ticks the guard. They're still carrying it.
Zip it up as far as you can. Oh, that's good.
And it is
Good.
going to bite.
That's perfectly fine.
Can't let him get it.
That's why I did plan B.
Yeah.
So, figured we wick the guard. It's not the end of the
Sorry.
world. Right?
Either the guard or.
And now we got
or-
a promoter too.
I'm fine with that. I know. All right.
Yeah, I looked from the hat.
All right.
That's why I changed.
All right.
You're right. You're right. The
I was
first
saying
time.
earlier, Jay, we had an interesting scenario last night. Some of our A event teams, they had the late night draw at 10 yesterday, and then they had to play the 8 a.m. draw this morning. Made for some very interesting curling, I'm sure. The reward for winning. I don't make the brackets, I just commentate on them.
Can't tell.
Okay, this is the last Columbus Stone coming up. Skull Crusher Mountain is currently playing on sheet A. I will get you the results after this end completes.
Looks heavy.
Leave it, guys. Let it move. Let it move. Let it move. Yeah, give me here. Give me here, guys. Give me here. Give me here. Go, 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 go. Yes,
Drag
yes,
it
yes.
in to get two. Not going to get it. Hard to tell. Remember, our camera angles are a little skewed. I still think it's Columbus 1, Potomac 2-3, Columbus 4 on that.
No, that I didn't. On that one, I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Control weight takeout 3. So, when I throw lights.
You hear the control weight takeout call for Potomac.
Maybe not even you, but we got a full 12.
5.
Full 12.
As long as this moves, we're good to go.
Let me get you the house cam here. If they get a hit and stick, they might be taking 2 or 3 here.
Let's go and play our game. I didn't think so.
Nick Smith, his final stone, and the final stone of the end. This is his hammer.
Oh, wait, guys. Hard.
He's afraid it might be
Hard,
offline.
hard, hard, hard. Up, we got it.
He gets it, and it's going to stick around. You can hear the vice skip saying 3.
3. Thank you.
So your score through 4, Potomac 6, Columbus 4 with the hammer coming up. Let's go ahead and get you those scores on other sheets. We'll start on sheet A, where Skull Crusher Mountain, I believe it is. Yes, Skull Crusher Mountain is currently playing Long Island. Skull Crusher Mountain has a 3-2 lead currently in the 5th end.
Sweet.
Long Island does have the hammer on that. On sheet C,
Oh, wait,
couple
hard,
bodies
hard.
in the way, so I'm going to stall here for a second.
Where's the weight? Where's it at?
I
4,
can see
3?
New Pond has
3's good, by the way.
2.
3's good. Got a little more juice than I thought.
We'll come back to that on sheet D. We're currently in the 4th end. Nutmeg has 5. Curling Club of Virginia has 0.
Good line call, Brian.
And it looks like it's 3-1 on sheet C in favor of Pittsburgh 3 over New Pond. And that looks like that's in the 4th.
Normal.
Coming back onto this shot, the one that you're seeing is Charlie Brown lead for Columbus, or for Potomac. And this shot is Tom Stouffer trying to take it out, but just moving off to the center line for Columbus.
Yeah, you know what? He hasn't made one all weekend. He's not gonna start making
Guard.
one.
Okay.
Nick Smith looking to guard their back 8-foot shot.
It's weight,
That's
guys.
a lot of weight for that, so maybe I got the wrong call.
Yep, go ahead, sleeve it.
Oh, it's
Get it
slowed
over.
down. In fact, they're thinking it might be a hog.
As close as you can.
They know better than I do. There's a
Close as
reason
you
why
can.
I'm
Keep
in the
sleeping.
commentating
Don't
booth.
stop. Closer, closer, closer. Good shot, Charlie.
You hear the bell
Back
going in the
12.
background. That is a very important event here in the
Back
war.
12.
That important event is that lunch is served. Looks like Columbus is going to flash. No, it doesn't quite flash. But it is going to be sitting on the back. I'll try and get the house cam
Hold
up
on
in a
here.
second for you so
Stop
you guys
12.
can see it. That last stone was Tom Stouffer. We have Brian DeRochers up for Potomac. He is away. We'll cut to him in a second, but I want to get you that house cam so that you can see. Potomac is full 8, and Columbus is really on the back of the 12.
Okay, that's fine. Let it curl.
This is Brian's shot
No,
coming
no, no.
in.
Let it grind down. Yeah, sweep. Go ahead. Yeah. Bring it in. Bring it closer at least. We forgot about the grind down. That side's the grind down.
Oops. There you go. Looks like they get a corner guard out there. Probably not going to do them much good. Looks like Columbus wants to freeze to the Potomac Rock.
A little heavier. About hack.
That's not a freeze. They're calling hack. Might be a hit and stick then.
Tom, your way. Tom, your way. Tom, your way, Tom.
Hit and roll, a little bit of a roll, not much. Still relatively exposed. Probably a takeout coming.
Draw in, sit on it.
Draw in and sit on it. The freeze, better option than the takeout.
Between T and back 4. No. Sweep. Sweep. Up. Sweep it in. All right.
Hits their guard, manages to sweep it in. Looks like it's going to be second shot.
Good call on the weight for me. Thank you.
Tap, roll the inside. Right.
Looks like a simple draw here.
Just a little bit, Okay, we're about 4.
4 would be top of the 12 foot. Skip wants him on hard. It's going to be barely hitting their 4. Nope, that's going to be what's called a 3, a deep guard.
Yeah, right.
But it is guard in the shot rock there.
Draw in over here, okay?
Nick Smith's going to try and draw behind that. Get a better part of that 4 foot.
T-line. Sweep.
Calls him on about halfway down.
It's a little heavier than 5. That's all right. Good job, Ryan. Yeah, he didn't quite get all the way out there, though.
It's going to tick off the red. Still looks like it's sitting for the third shot. Columbus has first shot. Potomac has 2 and 3.
You don't want to chip it out? Yeah, I know, I got it.
Vice looking at a call
All
where
right.
they'll come maybe cross face on the top one, top yellow stone. Draw into the T line.
So 55, 60, you think, on this line?
I think they're still looking at a takeout, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again for sure. Definitely not takeout weight. It's going to be in play. I'm going to cut to the farther cam so you can see it.
Back 4. Tap this up.
Nick Smith, quick with the call, wants to promote their yellow to the back 4. Sit or freeze on the red rock there.
So wait, guys. Yeah, go ahead, sweep it. All the way. All the way, guys. Up. Yeah, it's fine. I'll get a little bit out of here. Oh, no. It's fine. Good job, Brian.
So they get the hit. It's a little farther out, but they are on the 4 foot. They are counting.
Right.
Looks like you can see the tapping there. They're going to look for some sort of freeze. There is the room to draw.
All right.
Eric Johnson with the last of the Vice Stones this end. Alternating calls. Skip's going to come and help. Looking to get it in. It is in, but it's not going to outcount the yellow. Potomac sitting shot. Columbus sitting 2 and 3. Nick Smith looking to put up a guard, try and block the draw in around.
Yeah, it's sitting there so that they can't hit flat or on the outside of it.
Not only trying to block the draw around, but block the promote there if they can.
We could, and we had plenty to draw down.
Sometimes I'm gonna throw it lighter. So
the first one was I inside, but that's at down weight though. You see how much I can touch? Number 5. This is ridiculous.
it's great sleeping guys last time. It was good. Guard like right up here on this blue line basically. So we block their promote. If it's a little heavy, then we're setting 1. Yeah. I want to block that little promote in. Just kind of jump it up. Okay, so you throw like a.
One of the joys of having the skips and mics, we introduced it last Dykes that we were hosting the Francis Dykes tournament here for men's 5 and under experience. You can hear the skips, not only the skips calls, but the strategy as they're calling them. Sometimes for the webcasting, it makes our jobs really easy. Why try to predict what the skips are going to do when they can just tell us? Nick Smith's first skip stone.
It's okay. No, that's not good.
That ends up freezing onto the red third shot there. Nick clearly isn't happy with it. You want to try and block the promote.
Oh well.
And you can see they're going to try and not only promote, but maybe do a promote run back here.
No.
They crawl a ton, so.
Yeah.
Like an inch narrow, 2 inches narrow.
Nose
What?
is good.
It was right on. They crawl a ton.
Board, I like it.
Right on. Okay. So you need just a little more ice.
I'm not sure what's going to do with that weight.
Better than perfect though.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, they have
Okay. You just don't want to get across the
setup
nose.
here.
Got it.
Yes, Nick, they do. It's not easy, but if they're able to jam the yellow in, the frozen yellow into the red, they could run that red into the yellow that's shot rock.
Even if it overcrawled,
Sit
it wouldn't
two.
matter. No, don't do that for us. They won't be sitting free.
What's the weight? Get ready.
First of the skip stones
Yes!
underway
Yes.
for Columbus.
Whoa!
All right, get in there, get in there, get in there.
Yes. Hard, guys, hard.
They get the shot as called. Excellent. Well done.
It sounded like you said no when you said go.
Tap it in. Right?
Yeah, but
There,
I think Lux could
Potomac's
go.
going to look to try and promote in.
Go with the very
There
light
is
tap.
quite a bit of cover there.
That's what I heard too. I mean,
It makes those back 2 red stones near impossible to take out, in my opinion.
I like that. I like that too. Well, he's got the tap. If he can.
So it looks like they're going to tap to promote to the button if they can.
Back 8, tap the inside one in. They're sitting 2, so.
There you go.
If we get it in there, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I guess you're going to throw like a 3-3, 3-3, 3-3-5. Okay.
Jennifer, I'll get you score updates on the Nutmeg game, and we'll update you on the Skull Crusher Mountain game as well at the conclusion of this end.
Right.
Final Potomac stone
Hard,
for
guys.
this end is away.
Hard, all the way, all the way. Hard.
They get the promote, but it's got a little too much mustard on it.
All right. go.
It'll tap the Reds, Columbus's second shot out, and
Or.
the shooter, or the Potomac, will now
No, we probably
sit
don't.
second. Columbus
It's
sitting
just
one
a
with
hammer,
hammer.
Tap for two. Tap for two.
I'm sorry. It's okay. It's just like a.
Looks like they're going to try and promote for two. Take that stone to sun on the top of the 12-foot and move it in.
Because no, we gotta hit that. Okay. The thing is, John.
I think we should be able to hold it too.
We angle here and just tap it back.
Maybe they can
far
get free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Yeah.
thinking about
And
running that redstone into the yellow and get it out. Wish I had a telestrator on this one, but to take the red stone that's on the top of the 12, run it into that broom is almost a perfect angle.
Same
Run it
weight?
into the Potomac Yellowstone that's
What do you
fighting a
like?
4-foot and try and
What
kick
do you
that
like?
out. If they can do
You
that,
know what? I
they
don't
would
want that
sit
much weight.
3.
Oh yeah. So it's a little
Alright,
early,
so-
but you know the line good enough, I guess.
So where are we,
If
John?
it would curl better,
John.
curl a little more.
At the very worst case, they could go for some sort of promote. They don't want it to be
Super
spilling
close.
out too far wide. If that red hits the yellow at all, even if it doesn't accomplish the mission, they'll probably end up taking 2.
No, there needed to be some sweeping for sure.
You can see there's the ice call.
That's all good. They gotta make a shot, so they can do it.
Here is the Columbus
Yeah,
skip
guys.
with your hammer for this end.
Yeah, guys, come on, hard, all the way.
That's the Vice
Whoa,
calling
whoa.
it for line.
Wow.
He hits it, and it takes the yellow, but they're not going to get the mission, so it's just going to be the red 1 in the 4-foot there. Switch it over to the far house.
Sorry.
So your score through 5, Potomac 6, Columbus 5. Potomac has the hammer coming into the 6th end. We've got a couple of requests for score updates, so we'll go ahead and do those now. On sheet A, it looks like we've got Skull Crusher Mountain with a 6-2 lead. They managed to score 3 in the 5th to jump ahead. So that's a 6-2 lead for Skull Crusher Mountain over Long Island. On sheet C, this is the Pittsburgh-New Pond match. Looks like
2-3.
Pittsburgh's still in the lead. Someone in the middle of the scoreboard. 2 people in the middle of the scoreboard. It's looking like 4-3.
Wow.
Trying to confirm that. We're going to go ahead and call it 4-3 for New Pond. In the 5th, they took 3. No, I am wrong. It's 5-4 for Pittsburgh. There was a hidden sign there. So 5-4, Pittsburgh 3
Okay, fine.
going into the 6th. And on sheet D, you were interested in the Nutmeg game. A lot of bodies in front of the scoreboard. I know Nutmeg has 7. If I recall from last time, Curling Club of Virginia won. Their opponent had something in the 2 or 3 range. I will confirm that score once the bodies move away.
Top 4 is fine. I think it'll grind. It might grind down here. It doesn't grind as much as the other side. That's okay. Just let it come to a rest. It'll come to a rest eventually. I don't know if it'll bite when it comes to a rest. All right, it's fine.
I looked over and saw him down, and I saw him hit it.
It's about the same, isn't it? A little bit more.
I am incorrect on
5.
sheet D. The score is Nutmeg 7-0 in the 5th end. Favor going to Nutmeg. So there's your scoring updates. If you'll excuse me, I've got to visit the little commentators room. So I'm going to leave this camera up, and I'll catch up to you guys when I get back. I'll leave the Skips mics on for you, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Sweep.
All the way, guys. Hard, hard, hard. Hard. Okay, give it up. Up, 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 up. It's done, it's done. Up, up, up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hog!
Real nice. Up.
We got it! We gotta go! We gotta go! Wait on me, yes, Hog! Get out of here! No!
Hold down. Just like now. Back line.
Just feel it out. If you hit the top one, that's fine too. Normal takeout.
Yep. Hard.
Sweep. Sweep. Hard. Hard. Yeah, so keep sweeping. Don't stop.
Tuck the two guard in there.
So better. 3-4. 3-4.
Sweep. Yep. Yeah, hard. Hard, yes.
2-3.
Get it on. Get it on. Get it by as hard as you can. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, that's good.
Just over.
Yes, yes, yes!
Just over the hog line.
Great jump, guys. Great jump.
Up. Just draw weight, Danny. We're going to try to angle one of these in. Yep. Up. 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 Move it around. Okay. It's fine.
My cutter, guys. Get ready to hold the line. 2 guard. Get ready to hold the lines, my cutter, at this weight. Guys, wait, hold it.
Just over. Just over. Yep. Yep. No. Yes, hard. Yes, hard. Very hard. Up. Up. Yep. 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 Catch that, please. Okay. That worked.
Oddly enough. coming behind.
Right here. Okay.
There? All right.
Here's okay. Now, you know what? Let's draw right in the pocket here. Gotta work, gotta work. Gotta work a lot, guys. Up if you can, up if you can. Get it over, get it over.
Tom, look out, man. All right.
Whoa! 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 Three! Up! Or touch one of these.
I apologize for those delays, and I am back. We are on the final stone, it looks like, for Columbus of this end.
Very heavy. It's all the way through, guys. It's all the way through.
And he says it's through, and with sweeping, it certainly is. So we're going to the hammer for Potomac. And I'll get you the overhead cam, but you can see most of it there. You can see Columbus sitting one. Hard to tell if that yellow stone is biting. I think it is by looking at it in real time here. If it wasn't, I'd say blank the end, but since it is, if you can hammer for two, might as well.
They're also yelling 3-4 and then T and then T plus.
Looking for a takeout, probably a hit and stick.
Close side misses high on that one too.
Nick Smith's hammer is away. Two high guards got to get around. Doesn't look like it's going to. It's going to wreck on him. And since it wrecked, it looks like Columbus will steal one.
Well, unless if you're playing for two, you want to tap. You don't want to tap back.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. There's more rocks. I apologize. There's one more rock each.
I'd take out the biter bar on that. But yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
You can hear him taking out the biter bar to see
Remember what
which of
happened on
those
your last
rocks
one?
is in fact
Last
touching.
time he threw this guard, it hung out.
My apologies. That's what happens when you go to the little commentator's room. You lose track of the game.
whatever.
So that last stone was
I mean,
Nick
we were-
Smith.
John, we
We're
were
going to
here
have
on-
John coming up now for their last stone of this end.
Yeah, that's fine.
Looks like John's ready in the hack. Shot is away.
Yeah, hard guys. Hard guys. Hard guys.
Vice calling him on.
Just over. Just
Looking
over.
to guard.
Just over.
Place the guards that got wrecked with that last shot. Skip wants over
Right
and
there.
out.
Oh.
It is over. They are
Got
up.
that shot.
Little center line guard. They might still be able to come around. Hard to tell from here. I mean, it is covered, but since there is enough space, there may be enough space to shoot the port, curl in, and that looks like what they're going to try and do here.
And if I want to change it, we'll throw.
Looks like we might have lost the mic to Nick Smith.
Given what happened with it on the last, you didn't want to leave it too far out either because
They are battery powered, so we might have lost the batteries because I did hear him say if we want to change it, we can change it. But that was over the ambient mics, not the skip mics.
So he's on control. He's on control.
He was definitely talking and playing with the slider. We're not getting anything. So regrettably, we have lost Nick Smith's mic for Potomac. Nick Smith ready in the hack. Making final adjustments. Shot is away. A little itty bitty bobble, but I don't think that'll affect the shot. This is your hammer for this end. I am 100% sure now.
I know.
Coming in, looking, trying to hit that on the button. Hey, get by the guard. That's going to be excellent. Are they going to get enough out of it, though? Looks like they aren't, so Red's going to steal one, like I was saying before.
Yeah. Bullet dodge. Matrix style.
So your score now, through 6, all tied up.
It could be going a lot better.
Potomac's going to have hammer in this end. Columbus is going to have hammer the next end. So it does favor Potomac if they blank. We did have one of those draws yesterday in the mid-afternoon where they were in this situation and had a blank. We'll see how the end develops. Let's get you scores from other sheets. I'll get the
what, 2-3?
far hack camera or far
3-4.
house camera going for you so that you might be able to see any
Here's
shots
the die. You know
come
what?
that way.
Fast line. We're still moving. Yeah. Yeah.
And action on the other sheets. Let's start with sheet A. Skull Crusher Mountain still holding on to their 6-2 lead. Looks like they've.
What do you got?
Looks like they're in the 7th end, but they haven't hung a score for the 6th.
No, I'm not.
They're on their lead rock, so their vice probably just hasn't hung it yet. Maybe if they hang it, I'll come back to you. On sheet B, still looks like 5-4. 5-4 in favor of pit 3. They're on their skip rock. I'll be able to tell you how that develops right now. Red's going to steal one, so Nutmeg will tie it up. Going into the 7th, so it looks like. I'll confirm it when they hang it. or that's not Nutmeg, I apologize. New Pond and Pit 3 are going to tie it
Dang.
up going into the 7th.
Slightly left.
On sheet D, we have 8-0 Nutmeg over Curling Club of
3.
Virginia, and that one's going into the 6th there. Not over, but it'll take a large-scale comeback for Curling Club of Virginia to go there. And they have not hung any additional scores, so we'll come back to it at the conclusion of the next end.
Yeah.
Back on our sheet, let's get you closer zoomed in here. We're in the 7th end.
Your turn, John.
The Leeds have thrown both of their rocks.
He always has you come the other way. I don't get that.
Right.
We have Columbus throwing. No, yeah, we have Columbus throwing for their second.
about two.
Their
1,
first
2.
rock for their second shooter.
Where do you want it? Where do you want it? God bless you.
God bless you, he says. He's going to try and guard that stone that's in the house. Nick thinks there's enough there to take it out and roll in.
That's about a 78. I got about a 78, so give or take, you know, still kind of light. But the thing is, I don't know why we're playing that line.
Here's Brian for Potomac.
We throw the same line 3 times and then have you come in the hack and throw the other way.
Looks like that's going to flash through. Indeed it does. Barely,
All right.
but Brian with a miss on that one.
Throw another one up there.
You can hear the next call. Throw another one up there. The guard coming up. Looks like while we have this shot, I'm going to go to a far cam view so I can take a second here.
A little more.
Looks like they have
That's 2.
shaken hands on sheet D. Nutmeg will go ahead and call it an 8-0 victory over Curling Club of Virginia. We'll take this opportunity to say if this game ends and there are
Sure is.
either the game on sheet A or sheet C is still going, we'd be more than happy to give you bonus coverage of that game. We'll switch to that as soon as this one comes to an end.
That's a great weight.
Here's Brian for Potomac.
No, I think
Brian DeRoche with the second, throwing his second stone.
John didn't think. John just said it was swinging. Well, not with that second shot. The first one, I think so. Yeah. Hit and roll, guys. All right? Yeah? Control. Control.
Here's the first vice stone for Columbus.
No, this is control.
now the vice for Potomac.
You got about half? Forward. Good, guys.
Sorry for the delays on that.
Mine's good, guys.
This is the last rock for the Columbus Vice coming in. They get the takeout,
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
sitting one, but it is exposed, so Nick's rushing to call for the takeout, and they hit and roll behind cover for Potomac. Last Vice stone for Potomac here. They get the hit, but no roll, so same shot's going to be available for the
What's your weight?
skip of Columbus if he decides to take it.
Dan, you that control hit of yours. Up the up one, the
Given-
nice one.
Okay, you throwing board? Oh yeah, yeah. You throwing board?
You're right.
So here, John. Okay.
Looks like they are going to go for the hit and roll here.
Let's wait, guys.
First of the skip stones for Columbus.
Yeah. Yep. Oh. Oh. Boy, it doesn't move, man.
Again, gets the hit and stick instead of hit and roll.
Doesn't move.
Forced shot for both of these teams. Probably going to do the hit and roll again. Yep.
Well,
See the call there.
the thing is, and here's what happens. It's coming down halfway down the sheet that way, and it starts to break, and then it flattens out. And that's what happened on your one this last thing. Oh yeah. But the instinct when you see a break, you have to get on it. They jumped on the collar on that sheet. They started sweeping because of the collar. Yeah. The good thing is now we are outside of the.
All right, this is Nick Smith's stone coming down the ice. I'll go ahead and leave the camera here. Again, he's going to get the hit, but not the roll. They just can't seem to get the hit and roll on this.
Probably, yeah.
The Yellow Rock spilled too far out, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit and roll behind cover now, so they might just go ahead and draw in. They're discussing what they want to do with their last stone here in the 7th.
Okay. You got it. I got you. No, you know what? Oh, he asked you right in the 12. He's got to ask for all. You over? You know what, though? I'd keep it above the tee. I'd just keep it up here. If you can bury it. Let's see if you can bury it. Bury it.
Well, okay.
Is that the line? Yeah. You remember? Hey, John. You remember how much Johnny J swung? I don't know. All right.
There's the ice call. They're debating about the curl on this. Shot is away. Final stone for Columbus in this
Where
end.
is it? Stay ready, guys. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Line's good. Line's fine.
I'm calling sweeping just
Line's
to
fine.
clean
Line's
it.
fine, guys.
Make sure there's no debris.
Never line. No line.
It's not going to come in behind the cover like they wanted. It is going to come in. Oh, it's curling a little bit, but I still think that's going to be exposed.
Hey, John. What was plan B?
To the back 8 foot. It's more covered than I thought. Looking from here, I'd say it's about half. The sweepers for Potomac were looking at it in the half. They didn't get a call out, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so. That was the right line.
so Nick's got the shot that he wants.
Oh, I got you. No worries.
There's some talk here about whether or not he actually wants to make this. He'd probably rather blank the end. Like I was saying before, he probably doesn't want to sit one. He might even prefer them steal to keep hammer in the last end and steal one. He is going to hit and stick and get the one. So you can see the score now. Oh, that is incorrect. I apologize. See if I can't change that on the fly here. There we go. Potomac 7, Columbus 6. Columbus has the hammer going into the last end. Score updates on those sheets while we're waiting here. Let me change the cameras for you. On sheet A, Skull Crusher Mountain extends their lead. It is now 8-2 going into the 7th. And on sheet C, people are in the way. Stalling and stalling.
Looks heavy. What's the weight? What's that? 4? How deep is it? 7?
I'll be able to get you a score for that after the shot is off. Got a skip and a vice in the way of the scoreboard. I can tell you that New Pond has 5.
3? What do you think? 2, 3?
And it looks like it's
Well,
all tied up at 5 on C through 6.
Flip it again?
So once this game ends, we'll try and get you to sheet C. Since that's all tied up, get some action going on over there. So we had a game like this last night where It was Schenectady versus, I think it was Curling Club of Virginia, where both teams had hammer. They blanked the end to take the hammer into the last end. There was a discussion between myself and Michael Dobbs, the other commentator, whether you would prefer to take one with the hammer or give up a steal for one and preserve the hammer going into the last end. We both agreed that we'd rather let them steal for one and preserve the hammer and try and take one or two. But Nick Smith opted for the other direction here. He's taking one with his hammer, giving hammer back to Columbus in this last end. They need one to tie and two to win.
Yeah, it's about 12. That's about 4. 4, 5.
Yep, yes.
Yeah, we gotta go, guys. We gotta go. We gotta go. Come on. We gotta go.
Okay, go.
Looks like we're on the second stone for Columbus here.
Control in. Okay? Okay, yeah, get it in. Hard, guys.
So, Tom.
Hard all the way. We'll bump the other one up. Hard. Hard. Up.
Good shot. There's a double, Mr. Jackson.
Good shot, Ryan.
Are we sitting on it? The thing is, you throw those, yeah, you get the jam.
Corner guard, bump it back a little, that's
When we
okay.
cut across, we hit it thin, we can do it that way.
Let's hit this. Push, guys, come on. Pull up.
Okay, so joining you guys back here, I apologize for the delays. We're on the third stone, the first stone thrown by the second here. In the eighth and final end by Columbus. The stone is away, but let me get you a house view of what we're looking at here. Looks like
down.
Columbus is sitting, no, Potomac's sitting one, decently guarded. Columbus has second shot, Potomac has third and fourth. Here comes the Columbus shot coming in. They're going to peel the biter guard, spill out to the right. The Columbus shooter is not going to be in the house. Nick Smith looking at the opportunity here. There are no guards in play, so what you see on the board is what you got. There's one guard way off to the left that is inconsequential. I could hear over the ambient mics he's talking about freezing onto the redstone. Really wish we had our skip mic back on that, but I'm guessing the batteries went dead on it. So there's your ice. And here's your shot for Brian. Looking for the freeze here. Needs to curl if he's going to get it. Looks like he's not. Might crash into the backing. Backing saves him a little bit, but so you can see those are both still way outside for them to be anywhere near counters. You can see Columbus looking for a hit and roll here.
Back house weight, just screw weight. Hard, all the way hard.
Yeah, I know. You want to come that way? Right. I got you. Yeah. Same way as last time.
Whoa, gotta wait.
Going normal takeout way here. Sweeping it though.
Hard, hard. We gotta go hard. Hard as you can. Go.
They're not get, ooh, they might get the roll. They got a little too much of a roll. Gonna spill out, gonna peel. They did get the yellow rock out though.
Hey, Johnny J.
Gonna go for an in-game scoring update. They are now in the 8th on sheet A. Long Island managed to pull out 2, so the score is 8-4. Going into the last end, Long Island needs a steal for 4 to keep the game alive. And on sheet C, looks like Pittsburgh 3 leads 7-5, but New Pond does have the hammer in the 8th. They need to score 2 with hammer, otherwise the game will end. As you can see, Potomac goes for a takeout and get it to some degree.
Okay. Yep. The back 8.
Whoa.
30, 35.
Whoa.
Sorry for the flashing down below. This is the Columbus Vice shooting. Looks like an attempt to draw behind. Nick Smith's getting ready to sweep it out if it crosses the T line. He's sweeping and he's dragging it out, so that's going to flash through.
Control takeout. Go in here, okay?
You can see Nick Smith wants a biting guard for their shot. I believe that this is the last Vice stone for Potomac.
Wait. Yep. Yes. Hurry, guys. Hurry.
Alternating calls here from the Skip and Vice. They get a biting guard. They get what they wanted out of that.
Yep. Yes.
Normal.
He's thinking about the long run back, it looks like. Didn't really call a shot, but that's what I think he's aiming up here.
Center line.
Whoa.
Final Vice stone for Columbus, barring extra ends. Definitely has the mustard on it. Vice eyeing it very carefully for line. You can see in that shot. He's not going to get the double run back. He's just going to peel the biting guard. I would suspect Nick Smith's probably going to try and put it back. That is correct. Now remember, Columbus only needs 1, and they do have hammers, so even if they put this biting guard back, they've got to somehow find a way to prevent Columbus from drawing to the button. Or I guess in this case, the half 8 foot is the size of the house, the way Potomac's limited it down by guarding this up if they successfully do that.
Right. I know. I think it sucks because I threw that weight I wanted to on the first shot. I just mispredicted it.
Do something with this, Danny.
I did. I thought it needed. I think I threw what I wanted.
Looks like
to,
they're
but the problem
shaking
was
on sheet A. I don't have a final score, but I think it's going to be safe to say that Skull Crusher Mountain comes away with it on that sheet.
Forget it. Stop. Stay up.
You can see that's going to bite to be third shot, and it is going to serve as that guard that they were looking for.
Right there, I got it. All right, normal. Normal. All right. So you want it peeled, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Another takeout call here. I don't doubt that they'll be able to make this, but like I say, they've got to do something to prohibit. They might get a second shot at the double here, though.
What is it?
First of the skip stones for Columbus.
Hold.
Looking for the takeout of the top
Jake,
yellow
on your
stone
way.
coming in. Maybe a double. Again, they'll get the takeout, but they're not going to get the double that they were looking for. Show you the house real quick. Now again, Nick Smith's got a decision here. Looks like they're thinking about putting that guard back, maybe a little deeper this time. Looks like they want a center line guard on the 8-foot. Might be smart. Like I said, they've got to prohibit a draw in somehow. The right side of the ice, no matter what they're going to do, is be wide open for a draw. So that's going to probably be Columbus's next shot. But Columbus only needs one to send it to extra ends. So. Nick Smith, final stone of this, the 8th end.
No, I got you.
That looks too deep. That's gonna flash. Well, you can see they're sitting at least one. They're actually sitting two. I can see from mine. You can't see the second stone behind the skip and the vice of Columbus. Columbus does need one. They can't win it here, most likely. But they can easily make any sort of draw to the button, draw to the 4-foot, or draw to full 8 to force extra ends. That would go. That would send the hammer back to Potomac for those extra ends, though. So, again, a simple draw, but it's never simple when the game depends upon it.
Come on, T-line, guys.
John here with your final shot of this end, the 8th end. This is your hammer. The vice is running out to help.
Come on, guys.
They're trying to drag it.
Come on.
Give you the house cam early here. See
There,
what they do.
there. Come on.
They
Hard.
need it in.
There you go,
It's
you
going to
got
be
it.
tight. They did manage to get it. So Columbus scores one in the 8th,
Right, that way.
giving hammer back to Potomac, forcing extra ends, tied to 7 as we go into the 9th.
Oh, that's nice.
Scoring update on sheet C. Pittsburgh 3 in the 7th has scored 2 points, has a 7-5 lead. It is New Pond's hammer,
Hey, John.
and they're
John, you
on
put the stabilizer down?
skip rocks, but they're on the first of the skip rocks. New Pond needs 2, and Pittsburgh is owning the house with 4 of their stones in the house. We'll give you another update over there, but it looks like this is going to be the final game of this draw going into the extra ends. Give you the skips view here. So Potomac having hammer in the last end is obviously, or in the extra end is obviously an advantage. Columbus is gonna need to steal. Give you a look at the scoreboard so you can get the storyline of this. It was a high-scoring game up until the 5th on, where they've been playing for 1. The Columbus steal there in the 6th was pretty key to tie the game up. And in the 7th, when Nick Smith had the opportunity to either blank the end or let them steal one or take one, he had all 3 choices, and he chose to take one, giving hammer back to Columbus, and that's where we are now. Columbus, with their first shot, puts up an almost perfect center guard. I guess they'll have to take a perfect center guard when they're trying to steal one in the 9th. Nick Smith looks like he's going to try and draw behind here. Looks kind of heavy to me. Well, sweepers are off of it, and they know better than I do. Like I say, there's a reason why I'm here in the commentator booth. No, they say up because they think it might be on the guard. And it is. He's sweeping furiously to get that in. Let's see if we can see if that did make it to the house or not. Let me get you your house camera here. It did not. It's about 3 inches shy.
3 just past there. A little bit more, 3-4.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is the incorrect shot. There we go. Nope, that's not right either. I'll get our rock tracker up and running in a second.
Yeah, we are. We guard.
Okay, there we go. You can see they put up another 3 guard out to the corner guard out there. Charlie Brown's final shot here in the 9th. This is the lead for Potomac. Probably a curl behind here shot coming. Super sink, it's narrow. They get on it.
2 great shots, Tom. No, we didn't want to bite him.
And it is narrow. Hits their own guard, ricochets off the red ones a little bit, opens it up for an opportunity for a promote later.
We can run theirs out of there.
You can hear the Vice talking about possibly running it out. Skip's thinking about it. Agrees with his Vice that that's going to be the call.
Down, maybe normal.
Calls down to normal weight. Sweepers are ready for it, but the skip says no for line. Now he's on. He gets it.
Shot, John.
Kind of leaves the port open, but he does definitely get the takeout.
Very nicely done, sir. I don't know. Yeah, I guess the port's there.
Brian here for his first shot of the 9th end.
We're kind of. Oh, you're trying to lay more down. Because. Okay. What's that? What's the call? What's the call? Are we going in? Okay, going in.
Again, sorry for the delays. That was
Yeah, we're a little light.
Brian's shot, and now
2,
we're
3.
on to John Jackson's shot. We'll leave the camera here. It'll come into frame in a second.
Come on, Hart. You got it. Hart.
Skip's coming out to help the sweep. Gonna need multiple taps. Probably not gonna get them all. Nope, keeps the narrow port there in the center of the house open. Nick's probably thinking about time to draw into it. I can read his mind, can't I?
No, actually, I take that back. Let's go over here.
Either way's open, asking the shooter which way he prefers. Wants to curl left to right to the outside on this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of a narrow port. They're sweeping, it looks like, for line. I think it's going to wreck.
I don't know.
It does,
Uh,
but it
I think
still
it'll light.
spills into the 12-foot. Relatively exposed. Over 3/4 exposed there.
Okay. Is that normal? Normal?
Got the vice for Columbus here. Looks like a takeout of that exposed stone to me.
Hard, guys.
Vice is carefully eyeing it for line, and Skip's yelling at him. He's going to wreck on the guard. Bounce off of the far right. And pretty much just replace that rock. Still looking at Potomac sitting 1 with hammer. He was thinking about the guard, but it looks like he's just going to want to try and split the house. He's got the advantage now that they missed that takeout. Sweepers are bringing it on.
It's just,
I'd probably like it to be in the 8-foot, but they're only going to get 12. And it's exposed. One disadvantage to that being so high now is Columbus can do a hit and roll around. That's exactly what they're calling.
okay. Probably
They have
inside out,
shaken
okay?
on sheet C. I didn't get the score, so I'm not positive on that. I would guess that it's Pittsburgh 3 with the win on that, but New Pond did have hammered down by 2, so I am purely speculating.
Sorry, guys.
Second vice rock's coming up. Looking for the hit and roll here.
A little bit, guys. Oh.
Looks like it's outside, and it is. It's going to get the takeout, but spill farther out. It's still biting, but that won't do them any good. They need to be shot. That was Eric Johnson's stone. they're beginning the draws on sheet A and D for the next event. So if you're going to be tuning into that, stay tuned. We'll have just as brief of an intermission as we can to get set up for those, and then we'll go straight to that. We are going to finish our webcast of this, the feature event from the Potomac draw here. And again, Potomac hits it on the outside and spills to Peel.
Yeah.
Beginning to skip stones here.
It's okay. I mean, you gotta do it sooner or later. Either that or you're trying to draw.
Columbus needs to steal one. Potomac's sitting one. I would probably go for a hit and roll. It's a little roll between or behind the two on the outside.
But I think that stone was just.
However, Potomac can still curl around the outside behind to the 4-foot. So you'd like a shooter in the 4-foot to try and outcount that. I was always told in curling there are 3 types of shots: the shot you need, the shot you want, the shot you get. The only one that really matters is the shot you get. So let's see what ends up happening here. Shot is away for our skip of Team Columbus.
Yeah, now. Yeah. Oh!
They end up hitting the yellow and rolling. They roll quite a ways. It is still biting though, so red is now shot. Potomac has to do something about it, but it is there to be had. They're talking about a hit and roll, even though that's way out to the right. Depends. I think it really depends on what kind of shot the skip's comfortable with. If he prefers hit and rolls over draws, he could easily get this hit and roll and bounce in toward the left, back toward the butt. But that is way out in what we like to call the wilderness, out in the sides of the sheet there that haven't really been explored very much this game. So it's kind of tough. Maybe a draw might be better. It's up to the skip. He's the final say. He's clearly going to go for the hit and roll here, so let's see what happens. First skip rock for Nick Smith, skip of Potomac. There's a way you can see he fished out a little bit on the delivery. Let's see if it affects it. They get the hit and just enough roll to hide behind the far right red stone. There is a port to draw to, though.
It's over. We're lined up to go here.
A little debate between the vice and the skip here.
I've got to tap that to the 4.
Yeah.
So I have to have perfect weight. This, I don't have to have perfect weight. I've got some
but you have to have
Plus
perfect
we can
line.
hit here and roll.
You have to have perfect line,
I know.
and that you don't need perfect line. Whatever you feel good about. Whatever you feel good about. So I'd hit it here. You get a little bit of a flop over here because this is coming back to here. You do? All right. And you have to stick around. And you have to stick around.
Line's good. Where's the weight? Yep. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Hard all the way.
All right. No, you tell me what you want. This is your shot, Skip. Up normal.
Back.
Come on, Mike.
Skip's choice requiring perfect line,
Okay.
or perfect weight. Looks
For the
like they're
record, for any
gonna
of you
try
that are
and do
listening
a
out there, I
tap
so
promote.
totally disagree with this.
We heard you there, Columbus Vice. Totally disagree with it, but
It's the one he likes.
you're also right. It's the one he likes, and he is the skip. Game rests in his hands. I'm going to turn your mic down. So this is the Columbus second to last shot, I believe. No, it's Columbus's last shot, second to last shot of the end. They must get a stone in scoring position, or else Potomac can hog it for the win.
Hey, Mike, come on, deeper.
Nice move, guys. Whoa, whoa!
He doesn't like
never!
it. He gets the hit, he gets the promote, but it's got way too much on it. So that's going to be the game. Potomac will take it. Final score, Potomac 8, Columbus 7. We thank you very much for attending this webcast, all 25 of you here who are attending now. We are almost immediately going to go into our next draw, so if you're interested in sticking around and listening to it, we'd love to have you. Thank you very much for enjoying this webcast this morning. Hope you did. Signing off for this draw, this is Alexander Kennison. Have a great afternoon and evening, guys.